In the dense archives of a university in Mexico City, a dusty, fragile Maya codex sat locked away for decades, dismissed by experts as an elaborate forgery. Its symbols were strange, its images too detailed, and the ink composition didn't match the well-known Dresden, Madrid, or Paris codices. Most scholars believed it was a modern imitation, perhaps created for tourists or collectors in the early 20th century. Until 2021, a research team led by epigrapher Dr. Luis Romero decided to revisit the document using multispectral imaging, a scanning method capable of revealing hidden layers of ink and details invisible to the naked eye. The goal was to catalogue every element digitally before the document crumbled beyond recovery. What they uncovered would shake the foundations of Mesoamerican archaeology. Beneath faded paint and centuries of wear was a hyper-detailed map of the Yucatan Peninsula, complete with coastlines, river systems, cenotes, and dozens of city markers, many of which matched known Maya cities like Calakmul, Uxmal, and Tikal. But 17 city names and coordinates did not match any known Maya settlement. They weren't on any excavation list. They didn't appear in colonial records, ancient Spanish chronicles, or even recent LIDAR scans of the jungle. These weren't just minor villages. They were major urban centers, drawn with symbols representing pyramids, causeways, temples, and defensive walls. And yet they do not exist today. The mystery of Uxcancha. One city, marked at the center of the codex's map, stood out: Uxcancha, translated as Place of the Sky Mirrors. Surrounded by 3 concentric stone walls and located in what is now a remote, uninhabited jungle basin, Uxcancha was drawn with a towering pyramid larger than anything currently known in Mesoamerica. Glyphs described it as the meeting place of gods and men, a city where star priests charted celestial alignments and communed with the Sky Lords. What made this even more eerie was its placement. Uxcancha was mapped in an area now submerged beneath a seasonal lake, a place modern archaeologists had never thought to investigate. Intrigued, the team cross-referenced the ancient map's coordinates with LIDAR satellite imagery, capable of seeing through dense jungle foliage. To their shock, the scans revealed faint geometric outlines hidden beneath the trees. Grids, squares, and circular patterns too uniform to be natural. It seemed Uxcancha might have been real, after all. The disappearing cities. As excitement grew, the team began matching the other unknown cities on the map with terrain data. In total, 11 of the 17 unknown cities showed signs of buried structures. Not just piles of stone, but entire urban layouts, ceremonial plazas, pyramid platforms, and ancient roads. But here's where things get strange. When a ground team was sent to investigate the site of Uxcancha, they expected to find ruins, collapsed temples, or at least pottery fragments. Instead, they found nothing. No stones, no ruins, no trace of human activity. The landscape was pristine, untouched jungle. Yet satellite images from just days before their arrival had clearly shown square clearings, unusual geometric tree formations, and shadows resembling pyramid bases. The images changed again the following week. Those shapes had vanished. It was as if the entire city had disappeared overnight or had never been there at all, ancient memory or alternate timeline. Some scholars suggest that the map may depict Maya mythological cities, places of spiritual importance that never physically existed. But that theory fails to explain the consistency of the geometry, the use of practical measurements, and the real-world terrain alignment. Others believe the map reflects ancient memories, records of cities that were destroyed by natural disasters, swallowed by earthquakes, sinkholes, or floods, and then forgotten by time. But a growing number of fringe theorists offer a far more unsettling explanation, that the map is a dimensional relic, a record not just of the past, but of a parallel history, What if these cities did exist, just not in our timeline? What if the Maya, through their deep understanding of astronomy and time, had somehow accessed or witnessed alternate versions of the Earth, reflected in what they called the mirror skies? Dr. Romero doesn't dismiss the idea entirely. The Maya viewed time as a loop, not a line. They believed in cycles of civilization, worlds that rise, fall, and rise again. This map might not be a memory. It might be a prediction, or worse, a warning. The glyphs that don't translate. One final detail continues to baffle experts. A series of glyphs at the bottom of the map that don't match traditional Maya iconography. They're sharper, almost digital in style, and resemble a binary sequence when charted graphically. Attempts to decode the glyphs have failed, except for one partial translation that reads, "They returned the cities to silence." Who they are and how they removed the cities is anyone's guess. Forbidden cartography? Since the rediscovery of the Codex, access to the physical document has been restricted. Some claim the government of Mexico stepped in to classify the map as a national security artifact, fearing what it could imply. There are also rumors that a second copy of the map exists, hidden in a private European collection, and that it shows even more cities, stretching into Central America and beyond, including one marked in the Gulf of Mexico, far beneath the ocean floor. Could this explain the missing cities of legend, like Mu, Atlan, or other lost civilizations? Or is it simply the result of ancient artists interpreting myths as maps? Either way, the unexplained Maya map has sparked a new wave of exploration, skepticism, and wonder. Final thoughts. The Maya were master astronomers, mathematicians, and architects. But perhaps they were also cartographers of time itself. Whether this mysterious map reflects history, prophecy, or something beyond our understanding, one thing is certain. It shows us a world we don't recognize. Yet it feels uncomfortably familiar. Maybe these cities didn't vanish. Maybe they were never meant to be found. Want more historical mysteries like this? Subscribe for deep dives into lost maps, forbidden knowledge, and ancient secrets hidden in plain sight.